In 1988, after the stunning success of Ultima 4, Origin Systems released Ultima V for a number of different systems. PC, Atari ST, Amiga, Apple II, Commodore 64 128, but sadly, not for the Atari 8-bit line of computers. Today, we now have an Ultima V that's a work in progress on the Atari 8-bit computers. Let's get into it. While the game is still a work in progress, a lot of the features have been added already. Things like boarding of horses. The graphics are based on the PC version, and so you do have to have I would say a good old games version of the files in order for the software to access or generate the floppy disks or floppy disk images. You can board boats, ships. Even has the music associated with it. One of the things I absolutely love about this actually is that it does have the music. I wish Ultima 4 had the music for the Atari 8-bit line. I know the reasons it wasn't there is because of the RAM requirements for it, but we're able to fit it here. A little bit about this also, it does require that your Atari 8-bit has at least 128 kilobytes of RAM in order to launch. And if you have more than 320 kilobytes of RAM, it actually does some caching, so it allows for less loading times, right? So what you'll find is if you move beyond a certain distance over land, let's see if we can get to it, it will eventually have to, there we go, it'll have to load up the next portion of the map. So we're going to enter into a town here and listen to the other music. Combat is not implemented, and it's not a fully fledged game. Altar shrines, the shrines of virtue, those quests do exist. You can talk to NPCs, but you can't barter or trade with them either at the moment. We'll enter this town here. And what this is going to require is I'm going to have to flip the disk, the floppy disk. I actually wanted to make this a floppy disk just to, number one, I think it does require double density if I recall correctly. So I wanted to test out the in-disk drive here, double density, but also just to be able to try an actual floppy disk. And it'll load up now. The towns work pretty nicely. I haven't run into any of the shadow lords, so I don't know if that mechanic has been implemented as of yet. Also mentioned was that the dungeons are not implemented or not functional at the moment. There's a lot of things that aren't functional, but there are a lot of things that are, and it's just fun to see how well this has been adapted to the Atari 8-bit line of computers. Again, as you enter towns, you can navigate, you can talk to individuals. I have been able to complete a couple quests in the past. For example, there's the Lord at Empeth, I think it's Empeth Abbey, where you can actually get the grapple to climb the mountains. But I've been able to explore a bit. I haven't played it tremendously, just largely because it's not completed as yet, but it's fun to see the development cycle here. All right, if you'd like to get it yourself, I'll put a link to the Atari forum post, or Atari, which site is it on? It's not Atari forum, it's Atari Age in this case. I'll send you a link, I'll put a link in the description below. All right, thanks for watching, have a great day, bye.